GDI is evacuating the village of Oham Hajir. Nod command directive. Destroy village and terminate GDI rescue operations. Search and destroy residual GDI presence.
But yeah, how y'all doing? Welcome back to Major Select Videos, your first stop for titillating tactical gaming. This is Nod, mission 4, Command & Conquer, the original Command & Conquer. Command & Conquer 1, Tiberian Dawn. This is a non-production mission. You don't get to build a base. You have to do the mission with what you start with right here. 2 Nod buggies, 2 recon bikes, 6 minigunners, and 6 bazooka guys. And I just use my recon bikes to sucker all these infantry into coming at me. And right now I'm using the scatter command, alright, to avoid the grenadiers' attacks. Okay, that's very useful in this mission, okay? Press X to scatter your troops, alright? And now I'm moving south as quickly as possible because the mission is to destroy a convoy that is about to pass through, alright? They're coming in an APC. And all the villagers. None of the villagers can escape. Okay, so here comes some villagers trying to escape, and here comes the convoy. And I suffer my only casualty right there when the convoy ran over one of my guys. And I forgot to scatter. Normally I scatter the troops, but he managed to run over one of my guys, so that was my only casualty. So I only suffered 1 casualty. And that's pretty much it. Once you got the convoy down, you pretty much pwned the mission. All you have to do is go into the village to the west and destroy the village and kill all the villagers, and you're done. It's mission complete. But do not let the convoy pass through to the east and go north, because then it would be mission failed. And that's pretty much it. The rest is routine. I'm just going to send my recon bikes into the village, make sure there's no more bad guys there. I'm pretty sure there isn't, but you could probably beat this mission just using the putting everybody in one big team, but you're going to suffer immense casualties, and you may have to replay it a couple times, because this mission is designed to, it's like anti-dirty sledgehammer. You have to use some tactics, at least some tactics, to beat this mission. Otherwise you're just going to get clobbered. So now I'm just using my bazooka guys to destroy all the buildings, and my minigunners and the Nod buggy are going to stand back and destroy any villagers that pop out of the destroyed buildings. In here, if you're really going for like a low casualty count, avoid above all putting everybody in a big group, because what's going to happen is your minigunners are going to suffer splash damage from the bazooka guys and the Nod buggy, or the recon bikes, okay? So yeah, because the minigunners and the Nod buggies usually go close, and the bazooka guys stand back, and so I prefer to do it once again surgically. Only suffered 1 casualty. That was just a little blunder on my part. Otherwise, it would have had 0 casualties. Would have liked to have repeated this mission, but I'm really super busy these days, so I didn't have time to repeat it. I wanted to do a 0 casualty run.
Yes, sir. Acknowledge. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Awaiting orders. Affirmative. Yes, sir.
A little more about the dirty sledgehammer approach that I discussed last mission. If you played any multiplayer Command & Conquer, that's pretty much the way the game is played, because everybody goes for like the same thing. They always go for a tank rush. You know, you're playing head to head. Back in the 90s, okay, I had this kind of like a little Command & Conquer club here in Montreal, and we played a ton of multiplayer. I had 2 PlayStations, PlayStation 1, and you could hook them up in tandem, hook them up with a serial cord, and I had it all hooked up with 2 TVs in separate rooms so that we could play Command & Conquer head to head, and one opponent would be in one room and the other opponent would be in the other room, so you couldn't even hear the other guy's TV, which is very important, eh? And we played a lot of that, but pretty much it just descended into the dirty sledgehammer technique. Everybody just did the same thing. They built 6 to 8 tanks and threw it at the enemy's base right away, and went for his construction yard and destroyed it. And pretty much at that point, the opponent was so demoralized that they gave up. You know, you were going for like a, you know, a surrender. Later on, though, we started getting to the point where, like, you know, we realized, you know, losing your construction yard wasn't necessarily a loss. You know, so we started launching counterattacks. You know, even if you lost your construction yard, launch a counterattack, and sometimes the enemy would be so weak because he just spent all his tanks on his initial tank rush that he had nothing left at his base. Sometimes you could win like that, but yeah, it was mostly tank rushing. So when I see other videos online, everybody using the dirty sledgehammer technique, I'm pretty sure that that's where that's coming from. You know, these guys are playing a lot of multiplayer. So there you go, 1 casualty, Night Mission 4, and that is the highest score I've gotten ever for Mission 4. There you go. I want to thank you all very much for watching, and if you thought this video was remotely entertaining, hey, don't forget to give the old Slackster a thumbs up. Yeah, alright, see you next video.